VirtualDocs Corporation develops enterprise-class database management software integrated with barcoding, passive RFID, and active RFID technologies to track records and items across the enterprise. Typical benefits accrued by customers include rapid return on investment through staff efficiencies, improved customer service, enhanced compliance, and complete accountability and chain of custody. VirtualDocs has been developing software since 1997 with the SmartTraxx product second-generation software, currently with over 400 customers and rapidly growing. Our blue-chip client list includes the U.S. federal government, the U.S. military, other governments around the globe, healthcare, court systems, crime labs, law firms, banks, universities, and Fortune 500 companies like Coca-Cola and Apple Computer. The VirtualDocs SmartTraxx records management software includes an administrative user interface and a casual user interface. The administrative user interface used by file room staff and managers includes the ability to import or enter new records, print labels to originate file folders and electronic forms for business transactions. The software tracks record transfers. It maintains and enables the modification of record statuses. It automates retention schedule compliance. It prints archive box labels and manages boxes and the records within boxes. The software supports unlimited workflow queues and unlimited reporting capabilities and integrates with RFID equipment and handheld scanners. The VirtualDocs SmartTraxx casual user interface is used by office workers to look up the location of records and the status of records. Office workers can use the casual user interface to request a record, which will send an email to file room staff and/or the person that has the file, and also puts the request into a request queue that can be printed from the administrative interface by file room staff to generate a pull list to pull the records needed by office workers across the enterprise. As well, the software can be used to transfer records from one person to another if the file is being transferred without first being returned to the file room. For records management applications, VirtualDocs SmartTraxx supports barcode and RFID technologies. Inexpensive USB-connected barcode scanners can be used to transfer records from the file room to destinations, or RFID USB-connected scanners can be used to transfer multiple records in a single process from the file room to any number of destinations. As well, portable scanners for barcoding and/or for barcoding and RFID can be used to inventory records in circulation or in storage systems, as well as to find missing files. The SmartTraxx tracking screen can be used with USB-connected barcode scanners to transfer records to the file room or to destinations one at a time from close proximity. A USB-connected RFID scanner can transfer multiple files to the file room or any number of destinations all at once from a distance using radio waves. As well, the tracking screen enables the status of a record to be changed, for example, from active to inactive or inactive to archived, and future archive and/or destruction dates will automatically be managed by the software. As well, an optional feature is indicating the reason that the record is being transferred or the record status is being changed. As well, the tracking screen can be used to scan a barcode on an archive box and then the barcode on each record going into the box so that the SmartTraxx database will manage both the boxes and the records in the box. SmartTraxx can print barcode destination sheets with a barcode representing every person or place to which a file can be transferred, such as the file room, conference room, basement, John Doe, etc. The barcode on a file folder label, as shown on the right part of the slide, can be scanned and then the destination scanned, and the SmartTraxx database will automatically update the location of the record. VirtualDocs Docks Corporation has a strong tradition in innovating solutions for the marketplace. The label shown below is a patent-pending product for Docks Corporation, which incorporates RFID into labels printed on standard office sheet-fed printers. Rather than having to print one label with color coding, barcode, and text, and placing a second RFID label on the folder, all text, color coding, barcode, and RFID are all in one on one RFID file folder label. This enables the efficiency for file room staff to quickly label the folders with RFID and all other features that are required, and avoids the possibility of mismatching multiple labels when applying more than one label per folder. To track files from a computer workstation, for example used by file room staff, the below pictured device is a USB-connected scanner that supports both barcoding and RFID, enabling one or multiple files to be transferred all at once. Pictured below is a computer workstation used to track files using USB-connected barcode scanner, USB-connected RFID barcode scanner, or the RFID Checkmate in-out controller shown at the bottom of the slide below. The in-out controller includes an in slot and an out slot with infrared beam. Interrupting the in beam will automatically track all records on the workstation to the file room. Interrupting the out beam will automatically transfer files to the requesters of the files. If file folder records are stored in a centralized filing system, typically with a doorway, RFID antennas can be placed over the doorway with motion sensors or infrared beams on each side of the door. Interrupting the infrared beam or motion sensor provides directionality and turns on the antenna for a defined number of seconds, typically 3 or 5 seconds. In this manner, only records going through the file room doorway are detected and the database updated appropriately, whereas records passing the file room that do not need to be tracked are not being detected by the antenna. When files go out of the file room doorway, the files are automatically transferred to the out location or to the ID card used by the person removing the files or to the person that requested each of the files being removed. If the files are going into the file room, all of the records passing through the door will be updated in the SmartTraxx database to the file room location. For decentralized filing systems and/or filing systems where records are not proactively tracked in or out at a computer workstation, there are multiple methods to track files at the destinations rather than when going into or out of a filing system itself. The below pictured black device is a USB-connected RFID scanner. Each of the scanners is defined in the database as a person or place, for example, John Doe's office. When a file is placed in proximity of the RFID Smart Desktop Detector, the location of the file automatically updates in the software to that location without the user having to have or use any software. The database update of the current location of the file is automatic. And again, the RFID detector is powered and plugs into the USB connector on a computer in the office area. Whereas with desktop detectors, the folder must be placed in proximity of the smart desktop detector, with network-connected antennas, which can be placed on ceiling tiles or above ceiling tiles or on walls or work surfaces of any kind, these network-connected scanners automatically emit radio waves that will track files passively as they move around an office. Most frequently, these antennas are placed at choke points, such as doorways, and will track all of the records passing this particular choke point. Each of the choke points that a record passes will automatically update in the database as the current location of the record based on the most recent choke point through which the file traveled, as well as prior locations so that staff can determine directionality based on current and prior detections. As well, versus being around a doorway or choke point, in an office area, antennas can be placed over desks or other work areas and can turn on at defined time intervals to inventory all records in an office or at a location to update the database with all files at each location. A powerful implementation of RFID technology can be accomplished simply with a portable RFID barcode scanner. Regardless of proactive check-in, check-out at a workstation or through an RFID doorway, effective records management can be accomplished through file inventories and the ability to find missing files. No proactive tracking is required, or the portable scanner can complement and provide redundancy for proactive check-in, check-out. The portable scanner can be used to find missing files, functioning similar to a Geiger counter, by entering a file number or missing file numbers, and using the scanner to point around offices or work areas or file rooms to find a missing file or files. When a missing file in the list is detected, the scanner will beep, and then will beep faster as you get closer to the file, or slower if you are moving further away from the file. As well, the portable scanner includes a drop-down list of destinations or people and places within your enterprise. A person's name or place can be selected from a drop-down list, and the scanner used to inventory all files at the location. So whether or not files were checked in or out, or whether or not files are moving from person to person after being checked out, periodic inventories will maintain the integrity of the locations of records in the database on a real-time basis based on periodic file inventories. To implement RFID or even barcoding, existing files must have barcode or RFID for the software and technology to function as desired. Once the software is installed, new records can be labeled as they are originated with RFID or barcode labels, and when records go into or out of circulation, records can be labeled on an ad hoc basis. As well, VirtualBox Corporation provides file labeling and conversion services. We can utilize your data, typically provided in a spreadsheet or CSV file format, to print labels for each of your active records. These labels can be placed on conversion tabs to convert top tab folders to side tab, or can be placed directly onto new folders or to existing side tab or top tab folders. In this manner, all active records can be labeled with RFID and or barcode en masse, so that once the software and technologies for tracking files are implemented, the system works out of the box. VirtualBox SmartTraxx is the most technically advanced software on the market today for records management and file tracking. The software is available as a cloud-based or internet-based SaaS solution with no software or IT infrastructure required at the customer site, or the software can be installed on network or web servers in a local environment. If installed on a local environment, the software can be installed with open source tools with no third-party licensing costs or maintenance fees, and we support Windows, Linux, and Solaris Unix environments. From a database perspective, we support Microsoft SQL Server or license-free MySQL or other common databases available on the market today. For our Microsoft customers, we support LDAP and Active Directory. As mentioned, we are available as a completely license-free server stack for all aspects of the software's performance, including RFID. From a workstation perspective, we support Windows, Linux, and Mac workstations and requires only a browser. The software is fully developed by VirtualBox software developers without any third-party plugins. We continue to innovate with the U.S. patent pending for RFID file labels as well as the Checkmate in-out controller. As well, VirtualBox Corporation includes a certified records manager, one of 800 worldwide, to ensure best practices and project success. VirtualBox SmartTraxx is commercial off-the-shelf software customized for each customer based on their unique use case requirements. We utilize a proven project management methodology to minimize or eliminate project risks. We work carefully with customers to understand their requirements to custom design the software and the tracking technologies for their requirements. This includes a custom database schema any label designs required for originating records, integrating with host applications to import data so that new records can be added and labels printed without entering data by the keyboard, as well as the initial database population with data from the customer's prior or existing database. Once the software is developed, we interact with the customer in person or via GoToMeeting to show the software that has been designed for their unique requirements. We gain feedback, make any changes that are required, provide another demonstration, gain feedback, make any other changes that are required, and go through the iterative design feedback process until the software is fully approved by the customer and prior to implementation. Once and only once the software is approved is the software moved to the production server for our internet-based customers or to local servers for our local customers. This methodology minimizes project and implementation risks and ensures project success. Thank you for your interest in VirtualDocs Corporation SmartTraxx software. Please contact us with the information provided below or contact your local VirtualDocs reseller for additional information or support. Again, thank you for your interest in SmartTraxx from VirtualDocs.